There was another side to Diana, that of a very aristocratic young girl growing up very far away from the media spotlight. CNN's Brent Sadler reports.
At the gates of Althorpe House, the country estate where Princess Diana grew up, another spreading carpet of flowers. Warm and loving tributes to the woman who became a royal but never lost her common touch.
She was a princess, but she was one of us, and I think that was her biggest asset. She was so lovely in whoever she talked to, children, old people, cripples, people with dreadful diseases, but she never hesitated to touch, to smile, to say hello, and that was Diana.
For those who knew her personally or briefly met her, and for those who didn't, some shared moments of sorrow and small tokens of remembrance. A painful pilgrimage for some, but one they all felt compelled to make.
Because I thought she was a very special lady. She was the most beautiful person in the world from within. She worked for the world, not just she represented this country for the world. She wanted everyone to know what the word love meant, and something a lot of us miss: love, care and attention.
Diana's family owes much of its original wealth to the English wool trade. Grazing sheep are as familiar a sight today as they were when the young princess was living on the grounds. During her formative years here at the Althorpe estate, the princess was said to be a shy but loving child with a passion for dancing, according to servants who worked at the grand house. After she left, the Diana they knew changed.
I always felt sorry for her because she always looked so sad, and she never looked sad when she was here. In her young days, she never looked sad. She was always lively, but I always thought she got a sadness about her, till recently, and then she began to look so happy.
Originally, Princess Diana was to be buried in the town of Great Brington, but there was great concern that were that to happen, the town would never be the same. CNN's Bill Delaney reports.
Althorpe, from the time of Shakespeare for 500 years, serene country seat of the Spencer family. Now, overnight, shrine, altar. Pilgrims at the gates of an estate built on a very secular fortune in the wool trade. Everywhere in a secular age, prayer. Diana deified. On several notes in poetry, now even asked to contact, to comfort lost loved ones.
Well, I actually believe that she's up there looking down, but that's my belief. She can see us all putting these flowers there, all over the world.
The depth of Princess Diana's place in people's hearts, though, raising concern in Northamptonshire's sheltering hills about what her enduring charisma may mean. A village most notable recently for winning 1997's Best Kept Churchyard Award, now under siege. On Main Street, journalists lined up for a chance to interview a woman who'd cooked for Princess Diana. Other locals less forthcoming.
No, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Sorry.
Sue Thompson gave tours at the Althorpe estate for nearly a decade.
There will be enormous anxiety, a great deal of anxiety and concern, and I think it's going to change the life completely of this village.
Devotion, devotees, not likely, some psychiatrists say, to fade away.
Horrific deaths make their impact because they happen to people who were beautiful and young.
For pilgrims flocking to Althorpe, even in death, Princess Diana continues to bequeath a sense they're not alone. People who live in Great Brington already know that. Bill Delaney, CNN, Great Brington, England.
Do you feel like I feel? My mind is a cacophony of sights and sounds and impressions, and a lot of information has flowed through. One bit of information I saw, I don't recall the source, it was authoritative, but there was speculation that what Elton John did today in the edifice behind me, Westminster Abbey, will no doubt become the #1 song in the world. That's speculation that remains to be seen. But when we come back, we're going to look on this extraordinary day with a little help from Elton John.